In this part of the world, it's all about spoiling your man on Valentine's Day and not the other way around like in most Western cultures. Japanese women are usually said to be reserved and shy when it comes to expressing their affections. However, on this day, the women are in the forefront presenting the men in their lives gifts to express either their love, courtesy, or social obligation. Adapted from the Japanese tradition of Valentine's Day, women in South Korea too spoil their men with chocolates on this day. In return, they receive gifts on White Day from men in similar fashion as in Japan. However, it doesn't end there. They have taken the Valentine's Day traditions a step further and introduced what they call Black Day. On April 14th, a month after White Day, the single people who didn't receive any lovin' on Valentine's Day, or White Day for that matter, have started an informal tradition of meeting up at restaurants to eat a dish made up of white Korean noodles with a black bean sauce referred to as black noodles. In Taiwan, the Japanese-South Korean tradition of Valentine's Day and White Day is reversed in the sense that men gift women chocolates and presents on Valentine's Day, whereas the women reciprocate and return the favor by gifting men chocolates on White Day. Largely imported from the West, Valentine's Day was not very widely celebrated in Denmark and Norway until more recently. However, they still managed to come up with their very own quirky little tradition that locals have embraced and made popular on this day. Gag brev are funny little poems or rhyming love notes that men send to women anonymously on Valentine's Day, giving them only a clue as to the number of letters in the sender's name, represented by a dot for each letter. The recipient must then guess who sent her the card. If she guesses correctly, she wins an Easter egg on Easter later that year, and if she's stumped as to who her secret admirer was, she owes him an egg instead, which is collected on Easter. The 14th of February in Slovenia marks the first working in the fields. St. Valentine is one of their patron saints of spring. There's a proverb that goes, "St. Valentine, bring the keys of roots." As such, it's an auspicious day to start working in the vineyards and fields, as usually around this time of year one starts noticing the revival of flowers and plants. The people of Slovenia also have a belief that the birds of the fields propose to their loved ones and get married on this day, and to witness this, one must walk barefoot through the field and sometimes still frozen ground. So while this day is significant in agricultural community in Slovenia, it isn't until March 12th, on St. Gregory's Day, that the majority of people celebrate their annual Day of Love. They also consider February 22nd and June 13th days to celebrate love. In Finland and Estonia, Valentine's Day is more a celebration of friendship rather than a romantic love fest. February 14th is called Friends Day in Finnish and Estonian. People exchange cards and gifts among friends with the greeting of Happy Friends Day. It is, however, a popular day to tie the knot and get engaged. The Welsh celebrate St. Dinwen's Day, the patron saint of lovers, on January 25th, which is their equivalent to Valentine's Day. On this Welsh Valentine's Day, it is customary to gift love spoons, an age-old tradition that got started when Welsh men would carve intricately decorated spoons of wood and would present them to a lady that they were interested in courting or marrying. The designs they carved on the spoons' handles were symbolic too. For example, keys would signify a man's heart, wheels his hard work, and beads his preferred number of offspring, and so on. This tradition is carried on even today as men gift their ladies spoons. In the 1700s, on the eve of Valentine's Day, single women in England used to place or pin 5 bay leaves, one at each corner of their pillows and one in the center, with the belief that it would bring them dreams of their future husbands. Another variation of this tradition was to sprinkle bay leaves with rose water and lay them across their pillows, saying, "Good Valentine, be kind to me, in dreams let me my true love see." Now mostly considered folklore, this tradition is not widely practiced anymore but can still be seen once in a while. Along with traditional Valentine's Day customs of cards and flowers and romance, the people of Norfolk and east of England have a Santa Claus of sorts that goes by the name Jack Valentine, and sometimes known as Father Valentine or Old Mother Valentine. This lovable but mysterious character is said to knock at little children's doors on Valentine's Eve and sneakily leave them little treats and small presents. Although it isn't quite known when or how this tradition got started, it's still quite popular for generations of parents to continue what their parents had once done for them. Dubbed as one of the most romantic countries in the world, it comes as no surprise that France, too, houses a strange Valentine's Day tradition. The most popular tradition is drawing for love. This practice involved single men and women of all ages to enter houses that faced opposite each other and take turns calling out to one another until they are paired off. If the men didn't like their match, they would just simply leave the woman for another man to call. As part of the tradition, the women that didn't get matched up got together for a big ceremonial bonfire in which they tossed pictures and objects of the men who rejected them, while swearing and hurling curses at the opposite sex. This tradition truly exemplified the phrase, "Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned," so much so that French government officially banned the practice altogether because of how rowdy and uncontrollable the whole event usually got. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe for more daily lists.